SFLm football returns to Lexington, Kentucky, where this long-time franchise welcomes a new face in the SFLm in the Philadelphia Cougars. Both of these teams picked up very impressive wins in week one and sit atop a proverbial power rankings. Eddie Gage, the ever-informed analysis alongside me this evening. Eddie, these two teams have started off on the right foot. What do you expect to see from either side tonight?
SFL Nation, forgive my man Jacob for giving me the proper identification and the proper respect. What up, though? It's your man Eddie Gage coming out here, looking forward to calling this game with you tonight, Jacob. Two teams who both put up some pretty decent offensive numbers last week. Looking to continue that trend, but it's going to take some defensive efforts from both teams to get out of with a win tonight, and let's see how it all unfolds.
So I'm going to have to start taking some notes from Chad to try and fix up that intro if I ever need to make it again. Two teams. Philadelphia is going to get things underway on the road, led out by Kenny Slider, their quarterback brought over in a developmental draft, currently a free agent after his first season as a Jacksonville King. Ian Deegan has it on the tee. And we are underway in Lexington, Kentucky. Return from just outside of the red zone up to the 20 and no further to 26, I should say. And that's where Kenny Slider will come out with the rest of the Philadelphia offense. Brandon Brennanstall is the lead running back, the receivers as well. King Alexander, Benchard K, and Ryan Davis is the lone developmental player in that receiving corps. All three wideouts on the field in the first formation. Slider, delayed handoff to Brennanstall. He will pick up a couple and will be dropped for a gain of 2. Eddie, strong running game expected tonight from Philadelphia on the road.
Oh, absolutely. I called their game last week, and Brandon Brennanstall put up 30 rushing attempts for 167 yards and a rushing touchdown, so got to pay him a lot of attention.
Krista Swifty and Lucas Walters on the line, imperative to that run game. A toss to Brennanstall outside. That's blown up in the backfield. Nice start for the Lexington defense.
And apparently Lexington got the memo because on both these carries, he received a lot of attention as soon as he received the ball.
Third and long. Slider's got 4 wide, 3 to his right. He will drop back 4. He's going to rush it himself, Kenny Slider, and will pick up 6. Impressive athleticism by the quarterback, but well short of the first, and the Miners get an early stop.
Very impressive stop indeed, considering the fact that, like we just said, Philadelphia put up 41 points just last week. So far, the defense have done their homework.
Hunt taken fair court at the 30. And that's where the Miners will take over, led out by their quarterback, Chad Moore, Dion James, the lead running back, Alexander West, Ethan Flowers, CJ Parrish, the wide receivers, Dot Williams is the lone tight end, and over yonder, and Lamarcus Jamarcus, the 4th junior, are the offensive linemen. I spread look from the home side to open their proceedings. Handoff to the left is going to pick up a good chunk of yardage. Good starting run by Dion James. That's 11 and a first.
Dion James had himself a decent game last week as well. Both of these running backs, you got to pay special attention to. Last week he had 28 carries for 148 yards and a rushing touchdown. 3 rushing touchdowns. So Dion James is someone you got to keep your eye on.
Really good run, including a big truck in the middle of that defense. And keep a spread look with a split backfield. Send the fullback in motion. Moore goes back to James up the middle. That picks up 7. So 2 very impressive runs. That hole up the middle, very inviting.
I spoke with Dion James pregame, and I asked him, who's your favorite running back in the SFL? He says, man, homegrown, MVP, DJ Moses. That guy is someone I look up to.
Another handoff to James, and that will pick up a first. And I hesitate to ask how much he paid you to say that, but how much you paid him to say that, I should say. DJ Moses certainly a prime running back to aspire to play like, and that early run certainly indicative of a Moses-style run. This pass is intercepted. Going back the other way, first pass attempt from Chad Moore is picked off. It's an early disaster. And Joaquin Lopez gets a pick.
Not sure what they were looking at there on that play, as he was standing right in front of the intended receiver. He had 2 pass deflections last week, and this time he's able to hold on to the football and pick up an interception, his first of the season.
Dot Williams, the intended target, ran a curl route, but lured in by Lopez. Big moment for his career, gets off the mark with a first career interception. And the Cougars will start in Lexington territory. Handoff to Brennan Stoll outside, almost got away, but rushed out of bounds. That's a better run after a slow start.
That's a very slow developing play as you running across east and west the line of scrimmage before picking up yardage, but the offensive line held up and allowed them to pick up 6.
Another running set, slider yet to make a pass. Handoff to the fullback, that's going to net nothing. Run plug up the middle by Jason Clay. Will bring up a 3rd and short.
That carry was actually by tight end Daisy Peace, who actually had a couple of carries last week as well, showing a lot of versatility.
It's a good call. When you don't have a fullback on the roster, you can put your tight end back there and get slider. Moving back, that's incomplete. Had a decent look, but the coverage was quite heavy. Unable to be reeled in.
Philadelphia unable to take advantage of the turnover, gonna have to punt this ball right back to Lexington.
He was looking for Ryan Davis, the developmental selection from Sioux Falls, currently on the free agent market. And this punt will be taken. 2 quick 3 and outs for this Philadelphia offense, despite the good early run from Brennan Stoll. Lexington are going to get the ball back, and a decent return in tight field position is going to get them up past the 25, and Chad Moore will try to correct his error from the previous drive.
That's unacceptable if you're a special teams player, sitting back there waiting for the punt to be received, and you got 2 guys down there waiting for him and still allowed him to pick up about 7 yards after that return.
A spread look for the Miners. Moore will pass into the pocket. That's looking deep and incomplete. Had a decent look at it. Was looking for, I believe, Ethan Flowers, and falls incomplete.
Couldn't tell if Chad Moore just threw a bad ball, if the receiver got bumped off their route. Couldn't see it from that angle, but that's unfortunate because they caught Philadelphia in a cover 3 look and had a receiver wide open.
Picked that up was CJ Parrish, moved the target on that occasion. Moore in another pocket.
Great
Look
protection.
at the time he's got, and unfortunately results in only a yard to gain. Brilliant blocking up front by Lexington, but they can't capitalize. 3rd and long.
Dusty Killebrew on the tackle. Developmental player out of Denver, standing tall on that play.
Ball wide, Moore. That was his first pass completion of the game. To go to the air again here. Outside look. That one's caught in tight coverage. That time it is Ethan Flowers, and he gets a first down.
Couldn't quite tell, but it looked to be a cover 2 look, and got that ball out in front of, behind the corner in front of the safety. It is a cover 2 look, and great identification by the quarterback, Chad Moore, to find his receiver.
Ethan Flowers only had 2 catches for 21 yards last week in their win. Already off to a good start in this game. 3 wide with a single back of James. He hasn't had a carry yet on this drive. They're going to motion Parrish into the slot. Moore passing again. Looks across. That's incomplete. That was a little more risky. Looking for Alexander West, that big target on the outside, 6'4", 235. He's someone that's going to be trying to play between the numbers a lot.
Indeed, and that time Alexander did get bumped off his route and messed up the timing of that play.
Split pro look. Moore passing again. Short route was in and out of the hands of the tight end, Dot Williams. That's his second target. The first was that interception on their opening drive. And Chad Moore's got another 3rd and long.
The pressure that Philadelphia brought in the blitz forced that early throw and incompletion.
4 wide, 4 more on 3rd down. Receiver in motion to make it a quads look. Tossed outside, Dion James, his first touch of the drive. He's going to be close. He'll get it. What a play. Dion James on the screen. They take the gamble, and he picks up 12.
Took the words right out of my mouth. A screen play on 3rd down and 10, something you don't see every day. Philadelphia was not expecting. He got a man out in front of him to get the block. Able to elude the defenders and just picks up the 1st down.
It's been a stagnant start to this game, but Dion James has sizzled every time he has touched the ball. Interesting call so far not to only give it to him on... That was the first time in this drive that he's touched it. Perhaps that's a sign of things to come as they cross into Philadelphia territory. Indeed, a handoff to James. That's stuffed at the line. Well read.
I was just praising guard over yonder on that screen pass, able to get out in front and provide the blocking that they needed to pick up the 1st down. That time kind of got bulled over a bit.
Back to my Twins look, handoff to James. He's going to get caught behind his blocker. That's a killer. And he'll be downed after only a gain of nothing. Good
3 straight plays.
Justin
3 straight
Justin
plays that
Anderlos.
guard over yonder was out and trying to get his running backs some space, and that time it was not his fault. Running backs got to find a way to get him around him.
Justin Anderlos on that tackle. He lone free safety on this Philadelphia defense. 4 wide for Chad Moore on 3rd down and 10. Outside route is caught. That's not going to get a first. In fact, they're going to call it incomplete. Unlucky for Alexander West. And they're just outside field goal territory. You're going to see another punt.
Philadelphia in a cover 3 weak, single safety high, basically daring Lexington to throw the ball deep, but no one was open, forced to check it down in a punt.
That punt is going to be caught. Another one where they got caught in tight field position and it was able to be returned out. These special teams have had some blunders early.
Hasn't cost them just yet as the defense continues to stand tall and force these punts, but that's something you definitely got to get shored up.
Kenny Slider back out there on the 23-yard line. Brandon Brennerstall had 1 good carry on that previous drive. Slider will start through the air across the middle. That's caught just shy of a 1st down. Ryan Davis with his first catch. He's so important to this Philadelphia offense.
I love the route combination as well. The receivers running crossing routes and it's designed to beat man coverage, but they caught Lexington in the zone, but still finds Ryan Davis open for a gain of 9.
Heavy running step. Brennan-Stall gets the carry. That's a 1st down. Only gains a couple, but 1st downs have been hard to come by so far in this game.
Yeah, Brandon has a neck roll on like he's a fullback, but I guess he's expected this to be a game with a lot of contact.
They've reserved that for Dion James so far, but I suppose there might be more of a bruising runner. Sort of what he's going for. Slider toss to Brennan-Stall. That's going to be... He's going to beat 2. What a run Brandon Brennerstall to the outside.
Oh.
Still going. Incredible run. He's been waiting to pop off, and he breaks 4 tackles to the outside. What a way to introduce yourself to the game.
You know how when the Minnesota legend play and Colin Hart makes a play and they say all Hart in the chat? Well, that was all Brandon Brennan-stall there as he broke 3 tackles to pick up that first down. Great job.
Like it was going to be dropped for a loss of 2, and then he somehow made it into a 20-odd yard play. Aggressive formation here from the Cougars. Slider deep. That's incomplete. Almost picked off. He had one hand on it. The Lexington defender unable to come away with it.
Looking for Ryan Davis again. They brought the blitz and quarterback threw the ball a bit quicker than he wanted to, and unfortunately unable to get the pass where it needed to be.
Spread look for the Cougars.
Daisy Peace lined up in the backfield.
Yeah, good call. Davis moves into the opposite slot. Watch out for him if it's a pass. Short drop back going and call, and it's going to get 8. Nicely executed, but had to really work to get that catch.
Ben K on a reception in heavy traffic.
Another running set. Slider will pass out of it. Looks deep. Oh, straight to the lap of the defender. What a poor decision from Kenny Slider. Overthrew it. It took the wrong read. Who knows? But no matter what, Big O Renfro has a pick.
3-step drop, and I'm not sure that the TV got bumped off his route. Let's see if you get a look at this, Jacob. Yeah, he did. Got bumped off his route. Looked like friendly fire by his own man, which caused that interception.
There you go. It's an early couple of turnovers from both sides, and we're still scoreless after 8 minutes in this opening quarter. Gun look for the Miners as they take over at the 22. Chad Moore, deep drop back. Look out for the pressure. He threw it. What a play! Picks up about 18, and he's found Alexander West.
I think that's Alexander's second catch here in the first quarter, Jacob. Quarterback was under heavy duress and threw that ball right at the last moment before taking the hit, but able to keep his eyes downfield and find his target and move the chains.
Looked like he was starting to run into the stands for a moment there, and then actually made the play, but a beautiful throw from Chad Moore off his back foot. And that gets Lexington on the move. Now on the 40. Motion a receiver to his left. Drop back again by Moore. He's got 2 backs waiting for something to happen. The pass is going to go across the middle. And is picked up by CJ Parrish for a gain of 4.
CJ Parrish was the man in motion, ran all the way to the near side of the field, ends up running his route right back to where he came from and picked up 4 yards.
Split back look for the Miners. Jokers, you should say, yes. James outside. That's going to get a first. Dion James heating up once more. That picks up about 8 in the first.
Another slow developing play. Both teams are showing this. Runs all the way across the field, across his offensive line, but is able to make a man miss before finally being ushered out of bounds for a first down. Found out today that Dion James is about maybe 2 hours from me out in Lake Havasu, Arizona.
There you go. Perhaps that's why he's eyeing off DJ Moses' accolades over the last couple of seasons. Looking to be a part of that system. Hand off James up the middle. That's more what we've come to expect from him. That's 6. Impressive hard-nosed running.
Right up the A-gap behind the center. Got great push up front. 6-yard gain, set up a 2nd down and 4. They calling him Chain James in the chat.
We've got Neon Dion and Chain James. There we go. 2 nicknames already for both of these backs. Last play of the quarter. James is going to push forward. Almost got it. Unlucky. They're slow to get up, but well, he could have gotten that. But 3rd and short coming up out of the quarter break. Scoreless after 1 in Lexington, Kentucky.
Fast moving first quarter.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your players today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. 3rd down carry here for James. Oh, no, not blown up. He keeps it going to the outside. What a save. Looked like it could have lost as much as 4. Instead, it's a heavy gain upfield, and Dion James has made some cracking runs so far tonight.
Forced out of bounds by Justin Andalus, 6'4", 230-pound. Physical free safety, but too late. It's another 1st down for Lexington.
He's a big boy, Justin Andalus.
That's a big corner, a big safety, excuse me.
Single back is James. You get a motion. One of the receivers in motion. That's Flowers. Chad Moore looking deep. Incomplete. He had a look at the man in motion. Another good piece of coverage by Justin Andalus.
Right on cue. 6'4", 230 pounds. Showing his physical prowess out here in the field tonight. 2 back-to-back plays.
The rest of that Philadelphia defense: P. Fudor, Emmanuel Petrilla, Luis Quintana, Morgan Brown, Dusty Kilbrew. I got the front 7. Havo Ramsey, Luke Schreiner the corners, and those safeties again: Justin Andalus and Joaquin Lopez. 2nd and 10 for the Miners. Moore is going to pass again. That one's wide open. Fires it across his body, and Alexander West has got his 3rd catch of the game, and now they're at goal to go.
Did you see the speed? How he just took off upon reeling that ball in? He had the end zone on his mind, as it looked like he sped up and was running even faster than he originally was before he brought the ball in. The speed of these receivers and the Miners is something that people have to take notice of when drafting these players.
Alexander West is considered one of the top prospects, at least in his position. Top personality and player. Dion James is stuffed. Tackle in the backfield made by Luis Quintana.
Luis Quintana was pretty active last week as well for Philadelphia, making his presence felt with that hit for a loss.
Current Denver Nightwing, Luis Quintana. Developmental player. Another look here that favors Dion James. Handoff goes his way, and it's going to pick up a couple, but they'll be forced to have another go. Luis Quintana again with the stop.
And let's have a 3rd down and goal from about the 2-yard line. Do they go run a pass here to try to score?
Interesting decision time here for Lexington. Handoff James. He's stopped short. What a tackle. This time it's Kilbrew on the line. And an incredible goal line stop by Philadelphia.
Great job by Philadelphia. Dusty Kilbrew on a tackle. Had 4 tackles last week, including 2 for loss. But wow, that was just as impressive tackle as any. It's going to force a field goal attempt.
Pair of Nightwings involved in that goal line defensive stand. Kilbrew also on that roster in season 21. Ian Degon with the kick, and that 12-play, 77-yard drive, and we finally got a score on the board.
Looking at this Philadelphia Cougar defense, last week and this week, I can't help but notice the linebacking core of this squad. And I think they're going to be the leaders of this defense. They keep playing it the way they are for the rest of this season.
Off. Returned just beyond the 5. Up beyond the 25 to the 28 is where this drive will begin. Worth noting that the return man, I believe, is that Justin Andalus? I think they've got Andalus on returns, Eddie.
Yeah, he returned the ball last week for him too.
So he can do it all. He can pass cover, he can chase down running backs from across the field, and he can be the returner as well. Brennan Stoll back in the action, 5-yard gain. That's a good start. We'll introduce you to that Lexington defense. Darko Young, Brookie Burr make up the line. Jason Clay, those 3 players, developmental players, Seattle and Minnesota respectively. Kelly Key and Big O Renfro, as well as John Jones and Kev Say Jr. make up the defensive backfield. Handoff to the fullback. He's going to pick up a few. We'll get them close to a first down, 3rd and 1.
Got confused there for a moment because apparently the fullback and tight end Daisy Peace wear the same jersey number. Nonetheless, 3rd down and 1. Let's see if Philadelphia can keep their offense on the field.
Philadelphia's kit manufacturer playing mind games with us. Outside run, Brennan Stoll got jammed up, but he'll get the first. Runs back. Oh, he made hard work of it, but he will get there eventually. Looked like he ran about 20 yards to pick up 5, but it doesn't matter.
Does not matter. Sometimes those toss plays and stretches, depending on how the line holds up, running back has to run additional yards to get where he's trying to go. But Philadelphia, once again, moves the chains, Jacob.
Kevsey Jr. couldn't quite make the play on the outside and allow Brennan Stoll to pick up the first. And now Philly are on the run. Slider. And off delayed to Brennan Stoll, and look at that, good yardage. Picks up 8.
That offensive line, including Kristen Swifty and Lucas Walters, provided a big hole for Brandon to run through.
Chris Swifty on the LA Lycans and Lucas Walters with James, his namesake, on the Dragons.
Again.
Brennan Stoll, look at this. It's the tight end again with a massive gain up the middle. Daisy Peace is having an impact in that fullback spot. And worth noting, he's 6'7", 253. Doesn't look like it on the field, but big body.
The offensive line continues to provide a great push up front, not allowing their tailback Brandon to get hit until he gets to the second level.
Single back is Brennan Stoll. He toss to the right-hand side, and this time Kev Say Jr. is able to make the tackle, but picks up 5.
These holes are just so wide that they remind me of the Red Sea for Arizona. I mean, these are holes Cam can run through.
That sounds like a dig. I don't think that will go down very well in post-game. I'll leave that fight for you to take. Hand off.
Oh, fumble!
Lost it. It's up for grabs on the ground, and looks like Philly picked it up.
They did.
Daisy Pete has to be more careful with the football.
I think that's actually the true fullback, Cook, on that fumble.
I think it has been. That's why we got confused, because I saw him and then looked at the roster and think, that guy's not 6'7", 253. So, yeah, they're definitely trying to play mind games with us here. Slider on 3rd and 4. He's going to rush into the pressure. Good block on the outside by the tackle. Incomplete. What a play that would have been. Couldn't quite find Ryan Davis. Kevsey Jr. there to the rescue. But what a block on the outside by Lucas Walters.
Kev Say Jr. Can't help but wonder, is he related at all and assuming that he's a developmental player for DC, that he is related to Kevin Say, the tailback for DC. Like father, like son.
I wonder, I would suggest that it's not sheer coincidence that they share the same name, but there you go. The Say family tree, if the league didn't want it to expand, it has. And you can already see the impact that he's having at the SFLm level. Who knows what he's going to accomplish with the Dragons. Lexington will take over here on the 12 after that punt. And off to Dion James. Is going to get caught behind a blocker. He'll still get 3. Couldn't quite get the gap to open up for him.
Dion James, 6'2", 220, making himself small, trying to fit through there. Able to pick up 3.
Slider with a split backfield, or more rather, with a split backfield. Joker's look, handoff James, left side. He's going to get a first, and will roll forward and pick up some loose change on top of it. Good run.
Dion James looking very impressive tonight. He's only 220 pounds, but he's 6'2". And look, once he lowers his shoulder and makes up his mind, it takes a mighty effort to bring this young man down.
He does certainly look like a back that would fit in very well with that Arizona rushing attack you alluded to earlier.
Yeah,
Can't say too much in that regard, but he fits the mold. Moore here, going to rush out. He's going to try and take the pressure, and he absorbs a sack. Taken down in the backfield. Good tackle by Morgan Brown.
Yeah, that time Chad Moore would have been better off just throwing the ball away rather than taking a 1-yard loss, because those offensive linemen, they get upset when they give up sacks.
Moore will try again here, and he lost a yard on that play, but has to be careful with football. We've already had 1 fumble.
Look out.
This game. Moore again pressured, is gone. This time it will be a decent loss. Taken down in the backfield by Joaquin Lopez.
Joaquin on the blitz. Already lined up close to the line of scrimmage, so you got to account for him. Call it out for the offensive lineman to say this is young man might potentially blitz. They brought the blitz and did not account for him, and down goes Chad Moore.
3rd and long attempt here for Moore. He'll drop back, looks across, that's caught, but it won't be enough for the first. Short by about 6. Good tackle by Luke Schreiner, the developmental corner from Denver. That will force another punt here from Lexington. And as you see, that second quarter clock is winding down very quickly. We're on pace for a very quick game. Fair caught at the 35. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you that much football. Don't miss a minute of SFLm or SFL action and help the channel grow through your support. And if you like defensive-based football, this is the game for you so far. We've had turnovers, fumble that wasn't recovered, sack on that previous drive. Perhaps Philly time to go into the 2-minute offense here. Slider will drop back, clean pocket. He's going to try and rush himself. He's gone. Dropped in the backfield. 2nd straight sack in this game. That time Brookie Burr gets in on the stop.
Yeah, they brought the blitz, brought the inside linebacker and the wheelbacker on the blitz. Man-to-man defense, no one open, forced to eat it.
2 minutes to go in the opening half here in Lexington, Kentucky. The Miners hold the lead. Philadelphia with the football, looking to get their first score of the game. Back in the action here. Slider looking to make up for that previous mistake that lost them 4 yards. He's going to roll out to the left. Pressure coming. Looks across his body. That's caught. Big play. That gets him up to halfway. Alexander West is having a really good game.
That's actually King Alexander on the reception. But yeah, man-to-man coverage again. Rolled out to his left. Just wait for the play to develop. We've seen that play called by a number of SFL pro teams. So perhaps these coaches out here taking notice to the play calling at the pro level.
You are right. That was King Alexander. 2 Alexanders wearing the same number on either side. Easy to make that mistake. 4 wide here for Philly. Handoff to Brennan Stall, and that's going to be stuffed. That's the first carry he's had in a little while. Good tackle made by John Jones, the strong safety.
King Alexander's in the SFL YouTube chat saying he's like 7-Eleven, always open.
That's a great line. And that's outside. Oh, he didn't get the first. Looked like he had a very good shot at it. Instead ran out of bounds to stop the clock. Benchard K with the reception.
Yeah, perhaps he's trying to get out of bounds to stop the clock, but did so a bit prematurely. Let's see if Philadelphia can keep this drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
Brandon Brennanstall has been very good in short yardage situations. Perhaps they go back to him here or go to the pass to try and stop the clock after the play. Slider will pass. It's caught. What a grab. One-handed pickup that time. We found him. That's Daisy Peace, the big fella. 6'7", 253. That is your Retroid nice hands catch of the game. Put a Retroid handle in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. Retroid 4K 23. What an introduction for Daisy Peace. Another throw. That's caught by him again, and he'll get a first. 2 straight pass completions to the big tight end, and that gets them on the move.
Not this play, but the last one where he caught that pass on the out route. Keep in mind, like you said, he's 6'7", 253 pounds, and he made that out route look simple, like a guy 210 pounds. Got to keep an eye on him come draft night.
Jason Peace in the chat says, that's my girl. I wonder what the relation is there. And that's caught. What a play! Wow! 3 in a row for Daisy Peace. Unbelievable, Eddie.
Daisy Peace. I met her at the convention, Jacob, and she was standing tall next to her husband, and you could tell how much they enjoy the SFL, and it's great to see her have some success here in the minor leagues, and looking forward to see what she can do at the pro level.
There you go. Jason Peace, part of the ownership group with this unit, just watches Daisy Peace get 3 straight impressive catches, capped off by a touchdown. I don't even think she'd been targeted up until that point. Incredible stuff, and that is going to be placed on highlight reels all across the league leading into the rest of the season and the draft. That was huge.
Big scoring drive to end this first half. Let's see if they can keep Lexington off the scoreboard to close up this first half.
Returned up past the 30 by Alexander West, and Lexington will get a shot here with a minute to go. Still plenty of time. That drive for Philadelphia seemed to open up the passing game. I wonder if we will see a similar effect here on the forthcoming possession for the Miners.
49 seconds left. Lexington does have all 3 timeouts. Let's see how aggressive they get here on first down to try and potentially put some points on the scoreboard.
Split backfield, Twins to the right. Roll out by Moore. Looks across his body. Great throw. finds his man. I believe that may have been Ryan Davis on the catch. That's a first.
Great throw and catch because outside linebacker Dusty Killebrew was all over that throw. I thought that pass was going to get batted away.
Three wide here for the Miners.
Blitz.
Moore again, tipped. Oh, incomplete. Killebrew again in the area. Couldn't quite come away with it.
Brought a blitz from the outside, forcing the ball to be thrown a bit sooner than they wanted to. Did not allow the play to develop, and it's going to set up 2nd down and 10. 41 seconds left.
Wings to Moore's right. Drop back, wide open. Wow! Breaks it free. Up to the 30, breaks the defender. Look at him go. CJ Parrish for the end zone. He stepped out. Was just shy of getting it all the way, but what a play.
Lexington has all 3 timeouts at their disposal. If I'm CJ Parrish, I'm going to try and force Philadelphia to make a play and tackle me short of the sticks, but instead decides to run out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. Kept that timeout in the pocket, but I don't know about you, Jacob. I'm going to try and score there.
Absolutely. I think he would have wanted the highlight reel play as well, but his 4th catch, 61, that ballooned by that huge play, and it sets up Lexington with 5 to go. More short throw is caught for a score.
Wow, talk about
Scott Williams, the tight end.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 eligible receivers open. Could have thrown it to either one of them, Jacob, but let it go to the tight end, and just like that, I mean, you talk about responding to a touchdown of their own. They marched right downfield like, I don't know, like some of these old St. Louis Rams of old. What a quick response.
Just when this game seemed to be in a lull, we've had 2 big scoring drives. That one from Philly to open up their scoring, capped off by a huge triple receptions from Daisy Peace, and that one CJ Parrish took it for big yardage, capped off by Dot Williams. 2 tight end touchdowns to end the opening half, but still a possession to come for Philadelphia. Kick returned from the foot of the end zone up to the 25, up to the 27, should say. And Eddie, those 2 touchdowns scored by tight ends who are not developmental players, so these are 2 players that will be eligible for the season 22 rookie draft. Wonder what that does to the draft stocks of those 2 players.
Well, I can assure you any good GM has been honing into these games, looking at all these players across both teams and just taking their notes and seeing who they think will be a good fit for their respective teams.
Is there any doubt about the transition from SFL to SFLm football being a bit different this season? It's been squandered by these players so far tonight. Some impressive play. The run will go to Brandon Stall, Philadelphia rather. Not looking to take any gambles leading into the halftime interval. And what was a pretty disappointing opening to the half has been capped off by 2 really good scoring drives, and we're going to be in for an entertaining second half here in Lexington, Kentucky. Slider will call a play. We'll go downfield. It was open. Ryan David nearly broke it off. Well, that would have been an interesting way to end proceedings. In fact, it was King Alexander with the catch, but he was open, Eddie.
Open. If he breaks that tackle, it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. As Lexington brought the blitz, cover 0, no help behind him. And when that's the case, you better make the catch. Or the tackle, excuse me.
Well, there you go. Entertaining final 2 minutes here in this first half. But Lexington hold the lead at home. Any very entertaining first half. What were your key takeaways from the early action?
Well, as you indicated earlier, this game is going by pretty quickly. And we could look at some of these stats here, but it went along pretty quickly, and both teams are having problems scoring. But on their last drive to close out the half, both teams were able to put up touchdowns, and they both did it through the air. Despite the success that both teams had running the ball in the first half, it was the passing game that got things going for both of these teams. And let's see if they try to do more of that in the second half to perhaps threaten this defense with some other things other than just the running game.
Daisy Peace, your player of the half, and it only took that 3-catch possession that ended that scoring drive to be given the player of the half. But I tell you, I wouldn't think of anyone else more deserving. Both running backs have been pretty strong in the opening half, but that was a really impressive stretch of plays. And that connection between Kenny Slider and Daisy Peace. Lexington will receive the opening kickoff for the second half. And we are back in action here in Lexington, Kentucky. Short kickoff return from the 10. Up past the 30 to the 31. Alexander West on returning duties.
Solid tackle in the open field. Not an easy thing to do if you're a special teams player.
Interesting to see what Lexington draw up here. That last drive where they aired it out to CJ Parrish was the most open field space they've seen all half. I wonder if they go back to the pass, and sure enough, Chad Moore is going to start with an empty backfield. Pressure coming, and short throw incomplete. There was a man in the area. Looked like it may have been Killebrew who was in that spot. And luckily for Chad Moore, it falls away incomplete.
I couldn't tell if the ball was batted away or if the receiver lost sight of it because of the defender in the area.
Either way, it was good coverage. Twins to Moore's left. Again, pressures there. That's incomplete. That one was dropped. Looking for Dot Williams, couldn't bring it up.
On the pass breakup, you know who? Justin Andalus again with the pass breakup. Making a number of plays out here tonight.
He's been very impressive thus far. Now, 3rd and long coming up for Chad Moore. He's going to bring Dion James back in the fold. We've seen a screen out of this formation that resulted in a first down on a 3rd and long already. But Moore will require him in pass pro this time. Wide open catch is made. And that will pick up a first. That's Alexander West.
Short of the sticks. Able to turn up field, pick up the first down. Slow developing play, so shout out to the offensive line for giving their quarterback the time he needed for that play to develop and pick up a first down.
Chad Moore has had a shaky game, but just starting to open up this Lexington passing attack. And he starts with a fresh set of downs, just shy of halfway. Out of a gun. Oh, incomplete. That was nearly picked as well. Boy, oh boy.
Laquan Lopez on the deflection. Wow, that was almost a pick six. Yeah, making plays out here tonight.
It's one he'd certainly want back, though. That he had daylight in front of him. Chad Moore trying to shake off that throw. Pressure, that tipped and incomplete. Nice job.
Batted down at the
line. Interior lineman.
3rd down and 10. Got to be careful here, Jacob.
They seem to have been stuck in this position quite a lot tonight, and sometimes Chad Moore has been able to bail them out. Others not so much. I saw what they draw up here out of a quads look. 4-1 dime from Philly. Bring 4. Moore is going to zip it. That's incomplete. Was looking for Parrish. And he couldn't reel it in. And
that's a catch he has to make.
Back. Yeah.
I know he's in heavy traffic. He's going to take a hit. But if you're going to get hit, you may as well catch it.
Another punt coming here. CJ Parrish, 6'4", 235. He and Alexander West both really big targets on the outside of this Lexington receiving core. That is a great punt. And feels like the punters have finally kind of been rewarded. We've seen a couple of times where the punter's been in good range and the special teams unit hasn't been able to come up with the field position at time. A fair catch called for at the 17. Philly now with a chance to claim the lead for the first time in this game after that quick stop. Handoff left-hand side. Brennan Stall back into the action. That picks up 4. Eddie seemed like a heavy dosage of the run from both sides to open that half, and then it sort of teetered away.
Yeah, the success they both had, I'll be surprised to see them totally get away from the game plan. But like we said, the passing game is what got them points to close out the first.
So they draw up here. They're going to angle the fullback to the left. Toss play to Brennan Stall. Breaks 1. He's got heavy traffic to have to work through and did well, but eventually finished up on the outside. He's going to lose 1.
Great individual effort trying to get through the defense, but that third tackler had enough and brought Brandon down.
You know, now if Brennan Stall runs to the outside, you got to send as many defenders as you possibly can. Slider on 3rd and long. That's caught downfield. What a play. Finally, they are able to execute, and Benchard K's got a catch for a first.
Great job reeling that ball in through traffic. It was man-to-man defense, but he's able to lose the corner and pick up that first down.
Benchard K's had a couple of nice plays so far tonight. 6 foot, 195. Slider goes to the direction of Ryan Davis. It's caught for a gain of about 4. King Alexander led this Philadelphia receiving corps last week in their win, 7 for 131. But Benchard K had 64 and Davis had 53 in that game. All 3 receivers were productive, and that's been the case again so far tonight. Handoff slider to Brandon Stall was delayed, and that's going to pick up a couple. And it's another 3rd down coming up for this Philadelphia offense.
Another 3rd down, but this time it's a bit more manageable. 3rd down and 4, so have a lot of options at their disposal.
Plenty of coverage in that midsection, but it's going to find a way through. Ryan Davis is off and will get past the 20 and a big first down catch. That's a great way to move the sticks.
And they've been blitzing pretty much this entire night. If they're not in man defense, if it's zone, they've been blitzing behind it, blitzing in man sometimes too. And once again, cover 0, no safety over the top. So you got to stay in front of the receiver. Did not do a good job of it that time. And Philadelphia finds themselves in the SFL red zone.
Here we go. Philly looking to claim the lead here on the Lexington 19. In motion Davis, he was the one with that big catch. Could he step up for back-to-back completions? Slider is going to go in that direction, and it's caught by Davis. Gain of 4.
Did you see Ryan Davis that time try to use the referee as an extra, I guess, pick play or something like that? And yeah.
It's all legal. slider. He's going to motion Davis from left to right. Toss play to Brennan Stall, and that's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. And another third down and long coming up. Five wide, full slider, aggressive look. Watch out for the blitz up the middle. Slider, pressure, incomplete. He was looking for Ryan Davis and couldn't find him. Coverage play made in the red zone. Might find him. Lost Eddie, he'll be back soon, but we'll see Philadelphia trot out the kicking unit to try and tie this one up at 10 apiece with 5 left in the third. Kick from 32 is up and good, and we're all locked up. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play analyst a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster? We are looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the minor league and next major league season. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. I tell you what, I've found a new passion doing this over the last 6 months or so. It is an absolute blast. If you've ever thought about doing it, highly recommend. It is poor loss. Wow, I've got to check myself. There was a flag down.
Oh, that's a killer.
Wow. We have to take a moment to debunk this.
Yeah, that's going to be negated. And they got to get the ball back because I believe they lost the football because of the penalty. They're going to keep the football.
Wow. So Lexington will hang on. So, yeah, Lexington have the ball now.
Yes.
With 15 to the Philadelphia red zone. Incredible. That one will be looked at again. And Dion James straight back into the action. It's been a while since we've called his name. Lexington passing attack was starting to come out in force. And potentially the time now to bring out this bruising running back.
First time we've seen this look tonight. Split wing jacks, I think it is. Split wing jump, excuse me.
Straight run, great play. Dion James to the house for a Lexington score.
And that did not take long, Jacob.
Look at that creasing. Poor old, that safety we've been talking about all night. Justin Andalous got absolutely plowed, and Dion James gets one on the board. And Lexington, as quickly as they lost it, have regained the lead. I'm going to try and work out what exactly happened on that kickoff. That was I've never seen that before.
And I'm a bit confused myself, and perhaps we can get some help from the production staff, because off that penalty, Lexington only drove a few yards to get that touchdown.
Andalous on the return. We'll bring it out to the 25. And Philly will come out now to try and get back in line with Lexington after that bizarre kickoff, fumble, penalty, whatever you want to call it. Lexington, they've got to brush it off now and right back to it. Toss play, Brennan Stoll is struggling to find room on that outside. Lexington's defense has locked onto him after a good opening half.
That penalty was on Philadelphia, but at worst, it should be a penalty of about 15 yards. So why the ball was marked where it was, I'm still not sure. 3-3 nickel. Haven't seen this look tonight.
Yep, delayed handoff to Brennan Stall. That gets him a bit more room. Maybe that's the approach now. Try and send him in between the hash marks. The outside runs have been chalked up to very little in this second half. Now Slider with a 3rd and short to deal with. Brennan Stall will be angled to the right. Slider. Brennan Stall is open. He won't pass it to him. Slider off the edge. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Wow. Now
King
that would be the
Alexander across the
retro
middle.
great hands catch of the game.
My. You're right, we called it too early, but what a throw by Kenny. Look at the motion here. He's just
Under the rest
sidearms that. Unbelievable pocket. Wow. In between 2 defenders. Boy, oh boy, Kenny Slider, he's on the free agent market. SFL Pro teams, if there are any that are looking for a quarterback, that is going to be a play that will be posted everywhere over the next week. Slider, short throw. He's got back-to-back completions. That picks up 9. He's found Benchard K.
Second down and 1, and Philadelphia's looking to rebound after that strange turn of events. Daisy Peace lined up in the backfield. Oh, excuse me, that's Cook. Excuse me.
Peace is in front of Cook.
Yeah.
He'll get it first. And we'll roll over and pick up decent yardage. And Philly have started to find their groove. Halftime in the other game tonight is an absolute whitewash. Chicago have found their groove, 31 points to 0 over Pittsburgh. Huge game over there on the other side of this block.
Looking to move to 2-0 on this young season.
Yep. Caught. What a play again. Kenny Slider is starting to find some momentum. That's Ryan Davis. And that's a first.
We've called Ryan Davis' number a bunch of times tonight.
Single back to the left. Delayed handoff. Oh boy, what a hit. He got sent into next week. Brookie Burr. What a play. Slider on a 2nd and 12. Benchard K will move in motion to the left. Pressure again in Slider's face.
Oh, gonna great catch. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Tie ball game.
And I'm not a fan of having receivers run in the same area, but that time it worked to perfection. As I couldn't see who the other receiver was, but he pretty much acted as a pick play to get Ryan into the end zone.
Both of these teams score well in their opening games. The first half didn't really deliver on expectations, but we've since been treated to some brilliant scoring drives and back-to-back here to keep it rolling. And we're back at tied. 17 apiece, that 8-play drive, 72 yards, capped off by Ryan Davis. The developmental pick out of Sioux Falls. Gets the highlight reel play. And we've got a ball game here in Lexington, Kentucky. Kickoff return from just shy of the 10. And that will be returned just before the the 28 to the 30. And you're saying off air that that kickoff was a 55-yard penalty. We're going to try and look back on that and actually work out what happened. That will keep rolling here.
That's yeah.
Handoff goes to Dion James. That picks up 3. It's one thing I love about the SFL is you've never seen it all in this league.
Yeah.
There's always something new that we've just haven't seen before.
However, credit to Philadelphia for bouncing back and not letting that deter them and putting together a scoring drive of their own.
Moore goes back to James. That's a better run. It's just shy of the first. Again, slow to get up. But
James is showing he can run in traffic too. Picking his way through small windows.
Someone saying that the penalty was, for whatever reason, enforced from the spot of the kick. It's an interesting theory. We're going to start collecting conspiracy theories on the...
Yeah, I think I know what happened.
Keep rolling for now. In motion was Dot Williams. Handoff will go to James. He won't get it. Philadelphia, off the back of the scoring drive, is going to get a big stop. Luis Quintana with another tackle for loss.
This linebacking core, as well as these safeties for Philadelphia, has showed up in big time in both games 1 and 2.
Three down, 1 to go. Tie ball game. Philadelphia will receive a punt to start proceedings in the 4th quarter. For all league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. The punt will be fielded at the 20. And man, again, different returner this time for Philadelphia. Luke Schreiner involved on special teams.
I'd like to see Luke carry that ball in his outside arm to prevent those forced fumbles.
Already seen one today on special teams. Another was one of that fullback carries that was recovered by Philly. Hand off to Brennan Stoll. He's got some open spaces whacked at the end of the play by Big O Renfro, but a good gain of 7.
That was a very strange looking defensive alignment. I think it was a 3-3 nickel. And they had all 3 linebackers lined up within the line of scrimmage along with a safety, I think it was.
Hand off, Brennan Stoll's got another first, still trying to run to the outside and takes it out of bounds, but 2 straight good carries for Brennan Stoll.
2 straight carries and 2 straight plays in which the defense had no outside containment. So once he got the ball outside, it was pretty much done for.
And that's just a case of responding to what you're seeing. I mean, they've been running him to the outside a heap tonight. Very rarely have they run him up the middle. If anything, it's been more of those delayed handoffs that they've sent him up the middle. For the most part, they've done a good job at stacking the outside with those 2 plays. They've failed to do so and paid the consequences for it.
Here it is again. This time it's a man, though.
Handoff to Brennan Stoll. I'm up the middle, and they plugged him up. Good tackle in the backfield by Brookie Burt. The defensive tackle out of Minnesota, taking a defensive, and she is the wife of San Diego Mavericks head coach Mike O'Neal. Little bit for you. Brennan Stoll, the single back with 4 wide, quads, I should say bunch, to Slider's right. Slider, man up. Oh, what a tip. He had a chance at it, Kev Say Jr.
Oh, got a man down.
Donnie Sprague, one of the outside linebackers for this Lexington defense, and whilst not contracted, Eddie,
No.
he has made some plays tonight, as I believe he is there is no outside linebacker on this Lexington roster, so he's had to step up in that vacancy. 3rd and 11 coming up, though, for the Cougars. Doc Williams will move in motion.
Followed by Kevin Say Jr.
And incomplete. I was looking for King Alexander.
Quarterback was hit just as he let the ball go.
Lexington's front end has done a good job at getting pressure. Darko Young on the edge, but Brookie Burr has had a really good game on that interior. And Philly are going to be forced to punt again. And just when this game started to heat up, it's slowed down a little. 2 straight drives that have resulted in punts from either side. Fair caught at the 21. Eddie, Lexington have sort of hit a bit of a lull here in their offense. What needs to happen here on this drive to get the ball moving?
Well, I like what they've been doing overall. It's just 3rd down has been pretty much killing them. And with this, pressure on the quarterback that's forcing a quick throw or drop passes, they got to get it together.
Motion a receiver to the bottom. That's CJ Parrish. He hasn't been targeted since that huge play to end the second quarter. It will go that way, and it's incomplete.
Great job on a blitz pickup. However, it was all for naught as that ball was batted down once again by this linebacking core, Jason Clay, on the pass breakup.
Jason Clay anchoring the middle of this defense. 4-2 look from Philly. The handoff will go to Deion James. He's got a lane and a first. They need more of that. Deion James picks up a first.
Great job by Deion with a slight cut inside to pick up a few more yards right there. Great move.
Joaquin Lopez had to come across to finish it up. He's over 100 now. Deion James.
Empty.
Aggressive look for Chad Moore. That's caught.
Deion James.
Deion James flexed in as a receiver. Gets a gain of about 20 on the catch.
Deion James showing some versatility. Not many backs in this league, here or pro level, can line up out wide. Normally you see him lined up and running out to the flat. Every now and then you see him do a wheel route, but Deion James runs up the field like a skinny post. And a big chunk of yard is there to move the chains again for Lexington.
He's 6'2", 220. Why not try and tap into some of his other skill sets? He had 4 catches last week for 12 yards. That catch succeeds all of the yardage he had through the air in week 1. Chad Moore back to the air. Absorbed pressure. He picked it up. What a play. And he's got a first. CJ Parrish.
Wow, the quarterback looked to be going down there on the sack. Chad Moore. He's only 200 pounds, 6'2", but he's able to shake off the tackle, find his man downfield, and throw a dart to pick up a first down.
Inspired play by Chad Moore. Quarterback they inherited through the Madison Lynx roster. He was the only quarterback left that moved over from that last season. Handoff to Deion James is squashed again. What a tackle by Brown, the outside linebackers for Philly.
6.5 minutes left in this ball game. Scoring needs to be considered very urgent at this point.
There's Morgan Brown on the previous tackle. Chad Moore's going to go back to the air, trying to work his way through the pressure. He almost had it. Deep look. And Justin Andalus had to be very careful. And he didn't give away a DPI penalty in that situation. 3rd and long coming up.
6'2", 200 pounds. Chad Brown has reminded me a bit of like Drew Brees, but the way he finessed that pocket has a bit better footwork than Drew does.
Moore doing it again. Outside. Incomplete. Tipped. Oh, he dropped it.
You want to talk about a golden opportunity to get Lexington off the field and get the ball back to your offense with some pretty good field position, but unfortunately, Joaquin Lopez dropped it.
He has had some chances for a pick tonight, Joaquin Lopez. In fact, I think he had the lone pick earlier in this game, but they do not come any easier than that. That was on his chest. That is a good punt. Fielded at the 13 by Luke Schreiner. And Philadelphia will get another turn at it here with just under 6 to go.
Plain Belief is in the YouTube chat saying, thank God that Joaquin dropped that interception.
That's, I believe, Darko Young, the defensive end.
That's that 3-3 nickel again.
Yep. Spread look to match by Philadelphia. Throw by Slider is slightly overhit.
And that time, Kenny Slider didn't have much pressure up front in his face, but yet that was a bad ball. That should have been a completed pass.
Just overthrew it. Execution not quite there for Kenny Slider. We'll go at it again here on 2nd and 10. Watch out for that blitz. Tight end in motion. Toss to Brennan Stall. There's room to be had, and he will eat up a gain of 6.
That toss play has been there all night for Philadelphia.
Single back is Brennan Stall, but 4 to go here on 3rd down. Slider. Pocket, clean, caught. What a performance this has been from Daisy Peace. Has only had 4 catches, but when called upon, has been absolutely superb.
They tend to look to the outside most of this game, but Daisy Peace, when called upon, like you said, has delivered.
I'll look for her more as this game gets into crunch time. But Slider's on the move here. Toss play. Brandon Stall's got room to run into again. Lexington just have not responded to those runs when they've needed to.
I just wonder if Daisy Peace and her husband compare notes at home about whose player paid better.
Well, they will once Daisy gets into the major leagues, and
that's right.
Jason's still rocking over in Houston. Slider.
Big look.
Ryan Davis. That connection is starting to heat up tonight.
Ryan Davis with a defender practically went him like a cheap suit, but it did not matter as he caught that ball at its highest point and brought it in to move the chains. That was a great throw and catch.
Philadelphia now on the move. Kenny Slider is starting to find the momentum again.
Oh, look out.
Oh, pressure. What a play. The line completely collapsed for Kenny Slider.
Yeah,
and Jason Clay says, thank you very much.
It's a draw play, and like you said, they got immediate pressure up front, up the middle. That play never stood a chance. Man-to-man defense versus this bunch set.
Slider, clean pocket, catch made. Wow, that was athletic. King Alexander, a leading receiver from week 1, gets a gain of 9.4, and that will make third down very short.
They only ran this play a couple times tonight, but both times they were able to convert.
There's numbers for Kenny Sly. See, they're playing between the numbers a heap. Those outside receivers have been immense. Here goes. Brennan Stalls. Too much room. That's an easy first down. Kev Say Jr. finished him up, but not before he picked up the first.
3 tight ends on the field. They're just telling you this is going to be smash football here and just daring Lexington to make a play, unable to do so.
Single back look again. Handoff. Brennan Stalls got a little bit of room at the middle, and he'll pick up 3. And now this clock's starting to trickle down towards the 2-minute warning. Now we're going to start to see the Brennan Stalls show. No matter how inefficient it may or may not be, they're going to try and milk this clock.
He had a big hole to run through, but it closed up pretty quickly.
Another jack set handoff to the fullback, and Cook is going to pick up a good chunk of yardage. That makes third down short, and Eddie positioned for another run here.
I believe so too, but they're going to first probably let this milk down to the 2-minute warning.
Absolutely no reason to call a play here.
Oh!
They will call a play. We've been bluffed, but Brennan Stall will pick up a first down. No harm done.
And Brennan Stall is looking to get up because he ran straight up into that defender and took a pretty nasty tumble there.
Two-minute warning. Tight ball game here in Lexington, Kentucky. The traveling Philadelphia Cougars driving to take the lead late in the ball game.
Empty set.
What an aggressive look from Kenny Slider. Clean pocket. He looks across his body. That's caught for a gain of 8. Picked up by Ryan Davis again. And
as of this moment, Lexington is not calling the timeout, so they're going to try to hold on to him for a bit longer.
Ryan Davis now up over 100 on the night. My Jokers. Look here. And that's stuffed. Brennan Stall jammed up by Jason Clay.
By the time this ball is snapped, it'll probably be around the 1-minute mark, and Lexington is still refused to call a timeout so far.
That clock is winding away, but a stop here would be imperative. Slider. Stop. Oh, he almost had it. It was just a little bit out of reach for his receiver.
I thought that was a touchdown, Jacob. They're going to stop the clock and afford Lexington all 3 timeouts.
That's huge. We got a grandstand finish coming up here. The kick from Ian Deegan is up and good, and they will take the lead for the first time tonight, Philadelphia. And Lexington are going to have a minute plus their 3 timeouts to try and either tie it or take the lead.
Yeah, this game is going to come down to the wire.
We go, one drive for all the cookies.
Not a fan has left their seat.
Nope, no reason to. Home team with their backs on the wall now.
Short kick.
Absolutely. Ian Deegan needed more on that one, but it's returned up to the 35. So Alexander West gets them in good field position here. And especially given the fact that a field goal is enough to at least take it to overtime, Eddie. You can't afford to give the Miners that much field position to start the drive.
On 34, all 3 timeouts, just under a minute left in this ball game. Time to be a bit aggressive here and try and get in field goal range, and they look like they're going to do so with this bunt set.
Here we go. Chad Moore.
Oh,
Deep look. Oh, he almost... What a play that would have been. Athletic attempt at it, but Luke Schreiner, body on the line, stuff from the outside corner, forces an incompletion.
they haven't gone his way but a couple times tonight, and that play is a reason why. Great pass breakup out there on an island.
Same look. Chad Moore drops back, clean pocket. That's caught short yardage though. And a timeout will be called by the Miners. 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd down and long. You know it's 4 down territory. You have 2 timeouts left, but you need to pick up this 1st down to try to stay on schedule and get the ball downfield.
Energy starting to heat up here. This could be a game-breaking play for either team. Huge moment. Chad Moore picked off. That's the ball game. Kiss him goodbye. Enzo Run and Kelly Key. Wow, they're not Kelly Key. Wrong roster.
Havo Ramsey.
Avo Ramsey. And Chad Moore, unfortunately, has thrown the ball game away.
Havo Ramsey picks off the pass, runs it into the end zone, looks up at the hostile crowd, waves and says, "Thanks for coming. Good night. Now you can drive home safely because this ball game is just about over."
Well, Lexington will get the ball back, but it's 2 possessions now. That is an absolute heartbreaker. Extra point from Ian Deegan is up and good, and we've only got 40 seconds left in this contest, but the life has been absolutely sucked out of this stadium.
Yeah, you can hear a pin dropping here almost after that interception.
Short kickoff again. Alexander West takes it up and get it to 35, and chance potentially for some late drama, but that seems to have ended proceedings here tonight. Enthralling contest. Lexington had the lead up until that field goal, and then it all went completely wrong at the very last moment when it looked like they had the odds-on chance to at least tie it.
Yeah. Surprised to see this single high safety look, considering they have a 10-point lead.
You almost start to think about prevent defense at this point in time. More short throw caught. That'll pick up 8. And Lexington will burn through their 2nd timeout.
You would like to see Lexington get a bit more aggressive there, considering it's a single high safety look. And they need 2 scores, but no one was open downfield as they didn't have a receiver running downfield and had to dump it off short.
Oh, throw is incomplete. Alexander West, the intended target.
Now, I'm a defensive guy, Jacob, but man, that looked pretty close to PI to me.
Yeah. Certainly had a case for it, but doesn't really help Lexington's case much at this point in time. Parrish in motion to the left.
Flooding the zone.
There's not much of a zone up there at the left. It's going to go that way, and a wide open catch will be made, and that's the final timeout for Lexington.
That play was open as soon as he said hike, because you got one cornerback back there, and like we said, they're flooding the zone. He's forced to cover the deep man, which leaves the intermediate route wide open.
Moore drops back across his body. That's caught for another first down. They're out of timeouts, so they have to go no huddle.
That Williams on the reception.
Spike taken by Chad Moore. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left
game.
at the 35. They're a bit closer. I would say go for the field goal to give yourself time for an onside kicking, but a potential Hail Mary attempt. But unfortunately for them, they are outside of field goal range.
And they don't have a contract kicker either, I don't believe. Chad Moore, boy, contact. Still was able to reel that in. Clock is going to expire, I believe. Yeah, nothing from Chad Moore. That'll do it. Philadelphia are going to walk away with a 2-0 record. They have topped the Lexington Miners 27 points to 17, Eddie. An entertaining contest. We saw something we've never seen before, but it wasn't really impactful on the overall result as Philadelphia. I suppose the big thing tonight was just better quarterback play from the Cougars.
Oh, I totally agree. And unfortunately for Lexington, in the second half, their offense pretty much stalled out. Other than that one touchdown, they were pretty much gifted because of some questionable officiating, giving them the ball deep in their own end after that penalty. Their offense was pretty much held in check. So kudos to Philadelphia for biting down their mouthpiece in the second half and clamping down on defense, which allowed their offense more opportunities to make plays. And they managed to put up 20 of their points in the second half, taking advantage of those situations, and they're going to go on to 2-0.
Brilliant performance by Jacksonville's quarterback, Kenny Slider, but want to shout out as well an impressive performance from the defensive backfield with Justin Andaluz and Joaquin Lopez were both really impressive, as well as the pick six from Hameso Ramsey that ended the ball game. For Eddie Gage, my name is Jacob Clear alongside Commissioner Extraordinaire and apparently running back, according to Eddie, Cameron Irvine. Late games coming up on SFLm action. Don't go anywhere. We've got 2 more kicking off in the next block. We'll see you soon.
Arizona, I love y'all. Thanks for coming, y'all. Good night and drive home safely because we out of here, y'all. Peace.